5 years at Harrison College, living on tips and whatever my Aunt Anita could save up. 5 years to get a piece of paper that says I'm an engineer. The new tenant wants me to clean once a week while he's out, an hour before sunset. We may never even meet face to face, which suits me fine. There's a kind of peace slipping into this role, coming in during the Ortega has more books than furniture. Like he's building up bunker walls made of precious words. You can feel the depression in this place. How am I supposed to scrub? Ortega could have joined his friends across the border in Campo de Irmes, rationalizing away his concerns about the new regime and continuing along in comfort. But he didn't. He refused. Ortega leaves his letters lying around. An old friend outside the country offered to put him up in Campo de Irmes until the crisis here dies down. All he has to do is accept. So there was another explosion last week. The tension is hard to stomach. Even when the sirens aren't going off, it feels like everyone in the city is grinding their teeth as hard as they can. No. It makes me furious that Ortega takes everything for granted. He makes no sense. The man has this job, this lofty position, but he brings home encrypted papers and signs them without even... I couldn't even move after I read through the papers that Ortega brought home to sign. I stood there with my heart pounding and my face burning. His company is shipping... I gave my brother David the information I found, detailing a series of upcoming military shipments. It felt right to take action. Ortega's apathy allows him... My brother David says the information I passed along was correct. President Miraflores' regime has been moving military equipment through the city for weeks, in trucks marked Art y Cultura. Maybe this insurgency doesn't amount to anything, just a line item cost in the new regime's military budget, calculated in advance before any shots were fired. But in action, my brother's fears are confirmed. The Opera House has been converted into a military outpost. It was shuttered for all those weeks, which was sad enough. but now we know why. What's going on in your head, Gabrielle? I found a set of blueprints along with refurbishing orders for the Rosa Luxemburg Gallery downtown. David says the information enabled his group to enter the place without I wasn't there when the bomb tore the gallery apart, but the blast reverberates in my head, waking me at night. Men burned and died. I just... Rage against me, Gabrielle. Yes, they blew apart your precious gallery. What did you think the revolutionaries were going to do? Wave banners at the regime until they gave up? Gabrielle is angry with me. Gabrielle, is paint more precious than blood? Would you trade polished marble for broken bone? He's still angry that the Miraflores regime is using cultural buildings for military purposes. Would Gabrielle even notice if I stopped coming? He'll be away for some time, while the city burns. But I'll continue to come here and to work, because with Ortega gone, this apartment feels like mine. It's a haven from the noise and smoke. What would it be like to own such a place? President Miraflores is locking down San Bavon, tightening security here in the capital city under the pretense of stabilization. The demons are gathering at the window, and our angels. I can't imagine what Senor Ortega's marriage was like, or how it'll affect him to visit his old house to spend time with his ex-wife. In the middle of a civil war, why is this the... Somehow it pleases me that Gabrielle's ex-wife was not happy to see him. Maybe he thought he could slip back into the comfort of his old life. But now he must see that it's not possible. Gabriel Ortega is a man of surprises. It seems he wasn't considering flight. He was attempting victory with words. Futile, I believe, but touching nonetheless. Entering the apartment feels more solitary than before. It's still lovely, but it's diminished without Gabriel. The regime's security measures have trapped him outside San Bavon. Gabriel has met with his friends from Campo de Irmas, one of Anchuria's neighboring states. They're trying to initiate talks about future exchanges between the countries. Maybe they're... Watching President Miraflores' men at the checkpoints across the city, seeing them beating older people and women, I've given up hope for a peaceful resolution. The machine must be silenced. I feel good, despite everything. The regime has loosened travel restrictions, so Gabriel will be back soon. He must miss this apartment. I want it to well. The state police were here. Is Ortega under suspicion? Is it even safe for him to come back? What kind of welcome is this? The greeting of the new regime in Anchuria. In war, optimism is the refuge of fools. Somehow Gabriel still hopes for peace. How can the man be so naive? Life has coddled him. It's infernal out there. Everything is dark besides the fires. Underlit faces casting shadows, like in John Singer's Sergeant El Jaleo. The soldiers have been burning books, art, and even certain antiques. Anything outside the new regime's notions of acceptable culture. Ortega's been stockpiling artwork. They're going to execute David. My sweet baby brother is going to die, and I can't stop crying. Somewhere in the city, they're holding him in a cell. Gabriel finally sees the truth. All his hopes for peaceful resolution were in vain. The president's regime is too hungry for that. Too proud. Gabriel... Wow. More attacks against museums and theaters. It's all falling apart. They're tearing the city to pieces. Where is the star that will guide us? The revolutionaries are said to be organizing themselves for an attack. Passing people I trust in the streets, they sometimes whisper to me, "Vivan los jaguaras." I'm holding my breath. Somehow they figured out that Gabriel is involved. It's a bad dream that I can't wake up from. All over Anchuria, revolutionaries are being arrested and executed. The rough perch passed me by. Perhaps through luck. No one named me. Luck and David's loyalty. Panic rises up in me whenever I can distract myself with work. Gabrielle has disappeared. Last time I came up to the apartment, it was dark. Relief from the cold tide of fear. Gabrielle has been hiding within his company's offices. He's gathered enough information for a critical blow against the regime. They moved their command and control. My mouth is full of dirt. I am made of cold, wet sand. My feet shuffle like bundles. Whether it damns us or not, I managed to pass Gabrielle's information to our contacts just beyond Anchuria's border. Campo de Irmas has started bombing runs against the president's command and Anchuria's motto is "A la luz del sol poniente," in the light of a setting sun. The words have always given me a sense of peace. The army's been beaten back, but it's madness on the streets. People huddle in the doorways, but everybody's got a different take. It's chaos.
Citizens of Anchuria, this is your president.
What drives President Miraflores? He's not stepping down. If I could, I'd face him. I'd scream for everyone we've lost. For all the things. Fires are still burning all across the city. We've been laying siege to Parliament for a week now. But the US is voting on whether to send troops to aid the regime. If that...